through a portal. Share with you a couple of things here. One that's been taking place in the yard with my little wood pile that I have out near to where I have my truck parked. And then secondly, these images I want to share with you. I'll put them at the end of this little video. And oh my goodness, so the thermal cam. I've been doing quite a bit of research with the whole idea of thermal imagery and thermal radiation, and that's what we're basically documenting, right? It's took me a while to wrap my brain around the whole idea of instead of like body heat, thermal radiation, thermal energy is something totally different, right? And there is a scale that they rate, they measure everything on this scale, a thermal scale. Materials or surfaces, I should say, are human skin, animal skin, Bigfoot skin, Sasquatch, possibly, and black cloth. Why black cloth? But so there's those two things that have the highest. They produce the most thermal radiation, thermal energy. And what I've been learning through, going online and to these different websites and stuff, Google sending me here and sending me there, and I was wanting to know if you could actually measure thermal radiation or thermal energy in the air, right? Because that's what I'm discovering with this thermal camera here around my house and at the gifting bowl. And on my way to the gifting bowl, you'll see with the images that I post here at the end, there's not a whole lot of thermal energy, thermal radiation in the air. I'm documenting this thermal energy, this thermal radiation. And some of these things are looking like a portal. It literally looks like I'm walking through a tunnel, right? As I'm going to the gifting site. And one of my subscribers asked why I chose that area to actually put the gifting bowl. And it was because I was always hearing noises over there. And Sammy, he's laying down here beside me. He's become my Bigfoot radar, my Bigfoot detector. It's like 10 for 10. Like if we're out and he starts looking in an area, and he would always look over there, right? I'd hear noises over and he'd watch. I couldn't see anything, but obviously he was either sensing it or seeing it. I think the animals can see in that infrared, right? That night vision. So that was why I chose that spot to put the gifting bowl. There was always something there. I would hear noises, vocals. I'd sometimes hear a grunt, and popping sounds like I know Sam knows what that is. Good boy. See, he knows. Sam, you get tangled in my cord here, okay. He's always been my little Bigfoot detector, right? So if they come around and they come forward, whew, he's gone across the property to my mother's, who lives on the other side of the property here, and he wants in. He stays out of it, right? But just with his reaction to things and his response to things, he lets me know. So it's always been a good thing. I know he's not comfortable with them, and obviously they're not comfortable with him because they have roared and grunted. They do this very loud grunt at him, and sure enough, he takes off, right? He just leaves. So, but anyway, that was why I chose that spot to put the gifting bowl here, right in the yard on the property. And what I'm finding out with this thermal cam, it's pretty amazing. You'll see in the stills that I put up at the end of the video, there's two images there with there's a figure, like there's a being right beside this. It looks like a portal entry. It's like a dark hole, right? And there's a being standing right beside it. That is, I got shivers when I seen that. And the strange thing is, though, it's only picking it up with the IR setting, right? And like I'm looking at that little screen, my little 2 by 3 inch screen, I'm not seeing anything there in the IR, but as soon as I click that take a picture trigger, it's just like a little trigger on the camera. Boom, right? That figure is right there. I could see the portal thing. I could see the dark area in my little screen, but I didn't see the being beside it, right? I just want to say, just for those who may be doubting what I'm doing, I will not make things up and create this stuff. Like, there's no timer. I mentioned it in my community post. There's no timer on this thermal camera, right? When you take a picture, when you have that in your hand and you see something, you pull the trigger, it snaps the shot, and then it'll ask you yes or no. Save it, yes or no, right? And you click save, boom, you got the image. Like, I can't go and set the thermal cam up and go run over there and expect it to be taking pictures. It doesn't. There's no random shooting, no nothing. It's just one. You take that one image, right, and then you move on to the next one. You'd have to pull the trigger for a second image. So these things, they're in front of me. Two of these stills that you're about to see, I didn't see what's in the still, and that's interesting. So I guess it would be the camera lens and the quickness of the shutter speed, right? It's grabbing something, and here we go. We got it, right? We got it. As we go, we'll learn more about this thermal energy and this thermal radiation, and we'll try to figure it out. But from what science is actually not answering my questions, because what am I picking up in the middle of the air, right? As I'm walking, and in front of the gifting bowl, around the gifting bowl, there's these anomalies we're picking up, and it would be nice to talk to somebody who's experiencing the same thing. So, but anyway, we'll move forward. It's going to be interesting when I take the thermal down to the other locations, like Seven Creeks or the White Birch Clan. That would be a good place, because there was a few places there. I just, at the time, I wish that in my mind I was thinking, I wish I had a thermal, right? But we have it. And again, thanks. I gotta thank Leslie again. I think I've thanked her like 3 times now, but I am grateful. So anyway, I will sign off there. Thank you all for being here, and for your patience as well. It's been I'm going to show you a few little things here before we get into the stills. But I mean, we've had nothing but rain, freezing rain. Then we'd have a little bit of snow. Then it would get cold. Then it would warm up. And our roads and my driveway is, like you'll see here shortly, it's ice. Everything's just ice. Everything's like a skating rink, right? You could put skates on and go skating down the road. It's that bad. So I haven't really been able to go out anywhere other than just around home here. Me getting out and going anywhere has been basically halted. Everything's kind of seized up, and once this weather straightens out and settles down and kind of evens out, I'll be out, right? Boom, I'll be out in the trees. And feel free to comment and let me know what you guys think about these thermal images, because it's an amazing learning process. So I like hearing the ideas and the suggestions and thoughts, theories, you name it. It helps us, right? It helps me, because like I've said many times in my videos, this is a learning process. These guys, these Bigfoot, these Sasquatch, they're my teachers, right? That's how I view this, and that's kind of how I approach the whole subject. Even when I go out there, it's up to them what they're going to share with me, right? And I'm good with that. So anyway, yes. So take care. See you in the trees. Bye for now. I just wanted to show you guys these too. So this has happened. I have this little wood pile here. Last maybe 4 or 5 days, I've been finding these on the ground. Sammy's not going to come do this. The only other things that are running around here are squirrels and myself. And I wouldn't do this just to, fool you guys. I'm sure you know that by now. Hopefully. I'm just going to document what I find and what I'm seeing. And these are on the ground. This was the first one. And this just happened through the night. And that's like, that looks like it was placed purposefully, right? And I keep hearing some. But lots of ice. Lots of ice.